Cristiano, great to see you again.
Thank you.
First question is, how are you?
I'm good. And you?
I'm very well. But I haven't just missed the game for Manchester United, so how are you?
No, I'm good. I just have a little touch, but it's part of my work. We have to feel some pain sometimes, but it's nothing big, and I hope to be good soon.
For the weekend?
I hope so. We'll try. Tomorrow I will do it. I will try to training normal, and let's see how body reacts. And I'm fingers crossed. I'm confident.
I remember the Cristiano first time round when you couldn't play. You weren't a happy boy. How are you now? You're a little bit older when you miss a game.
Well, you are more mature, as you mentioned before, so I know better my body. To don't say 100%, but I think I know my body 100%, and mature experience give you the possibility for you to understand your mind, your body, everything around football. So it's good. I'm a different person. I'm a different player, but the ambition is still the same. I want to play and help the team.
Talking of differences, a lot's happened since the last time we had a sit-down chat. You have a new manager, Ollie's gone. How do you reflect on the last couple of months here?
Well, not easy, to be honest, not easy. That we change the first coach, Ollie, after for Carrick, and after for this new coach. It's difficult, to be honest. When you change too much, it's always tough. But I still believe that we are capable to do it a good season. We knew it that's gonna take time to make the ideas of new coach in the pitch. Is not that fast. But I'm looking forward that we have to be professional. We have to work hard. We have to be together as a players. To change the page. We know that we are not in the best moment, but I believe that with the working hard, we can achieve important things even this year.
You said you have to be together there. I mean, Luke Shaw said after the Wolves game that you weren't on the pitch. How important is it that everybody is pulling in the same direction?
It's the key. Not only the players, but all the staff, coaches, physios, doctors, players. This is a squad. This is like a second family for all of us. So we have to be together. We are in the same boat, and we knew it since the beginning that will be easy. So new year, we have to believe that is possible. But as I mentioned before, we have many. You have a long way to change. So, but I believe that we're going to do it a good season.
Given your relationship with Ollie previously, was that difficult when he left for you personally? Because obviously when you came back, he was the man in charge.
Of course, it's always sad and always tough when you see a manager. I see Ollie that he used to play with me before, now as a coach, a fantastic person. When he left, everyone was sad, but it's part of the life, it's part of the football. When things don't go the way the club want and the fans, the club have to change. So for me, I was disappointing, but in the same time, we have to understand the club, the people who manage the club. So it was difficult, but life continues.
And how different is it been under Ralf Rangnick? What are the changes he's trying to implement, Cristiano?
Well, he arrived here 5 weeks ago. He changed many things, but he needs time, to put his ideas through the players and in the pitch as well. It takes time, but I believe that he's gonna do it a good job. We knew it that we don't play the best football as we should do, but we have many games to improve. But since he arrived, I think in some points we are better, but as I told you before, you need time. It's not that easy to change the mentality of players and the way they play, the system and the culture like that. So I believe that he gonna do it a good job.
You mentioned a few interesting words there. System, which is on the pitch. You also said mentality. How crucial is that? Can you be successful if the mentality isn't right?
Impossible. I think it's the main point. I'm always speak with my friends and we had a chat about football, the games, and they all speak about the system. But the system is useful if the mentality it's not there in the pitch. This is why I say we have long way to improve, because for me the most important things is for you to look yourself and say I can do it better. I can help the team much more. The system is important. Yes, it's important. Everything is important. The small details make the huge difference in the end of the day. But for me, the most important thing is the mentality. For you to be professional, help the team, the right mentality, self-talk positive. I think it's all the details depend of you, not the coaches, the fans, the press. Depends of you. If you are proud of yourself and you have some dignity, I think you have to do it much more. Start with me. New year, I try to improve even different things and better things to help the team. I think it's the main point. We are all here to make the teams even better. So let's try.
So when you look around that dressing room, it's character first and foremost before talent and the ball at your feet that you need.
As I told you before, we have to have the right mentality. I looked to myself and I say, Cristiano, what you can do it better to improve your level to help the team? Yeah, yes, I can improve other things. Maybe, don't know, to sprint in 19 minutes if something happened, to help my teammates when he's suffer or he's tired. You know, the small details during the game, and to be smart, to be intelligent, to see what the games bring. You understand? Because all the games is different, all the players is different, the system, the stadiums. You have to be capable and ready when you suffer, when you struggle in a game. You know, to be compact, to run for your teammate, and be a team. For me, this is why they call this club Manchester United. So we have to be united in the difficult moments.
And with all your experience of the club and the game, do you think off the pitch you can be a help to some of the younger players in that sense?
Yes, of course. The mature players, the older players, they can help always the young players. But I can give you an example. If I give you advice, even if you are younger than me, and if you not implant that during your daily life, will be difficult. You can speak all day with that person. If he's not coming from inside of you, it's impossible. I remember when I was 18, 19, 20, some old players speak with me, but I put that as Cristiano, you have to improve. They know more than you, they are more experienced than you, they pass through many bad moments. But the other people, they don't accept that. If you criticize a young, I don't say this generation, our players, but in general, I have kids, I know. Sometimes when you be a little bit harder, they do it the opposite. You have to find the right balance to speak with them. But in my opinion, the main point is they should coming from inside you. You should be proud of yourself and look in the mirror and say, listen, I give everything. And I think all of us, we should do that. Because new year, we change the page, we have many things to win, we have to believe on that. If not, it will be a nightmare.
It's interesting because when you were here, you had so many big players giving you advice. You chose to listen, and as you say, it came from within. So ultimately, it's up to the individual.
I think so. Individual is the most important thing. We are here to help. When they need my help and my supports and my advices, I will be the number one to help. But if you don't want my help, so do it your job, look for yourself, and do it your best to help the team.
Talking of leadership, the Wolves game, it was a bad result, but you led out Manchester United with that armband at Old Trafford for the first time, and knowing what the club means to you, what of all the things you've done in your career, what was that moment like? I know the result didn't go the way, but that moment emerging from the tunnel.
I'm always proud, not just because I was the captain of Manchester. I'm captain for my country. I think is nothing bigger than that for the last 8 years, 9, 10, I don't know. But it's good responsibility. I'm back to Manchester because I love this club. It's not just because of money or whatever. It's not because of that. I'm coming because I love this club, and I believe that we have huge potential to win stuff, to win important things. But we have to find the best way to achieve that results. But as I told you before, I believe, but you have a few things that you have to change, and you have to accept. I think it's the main word. It's to accept when you're not in your best shape or in your best moment. We have long way to improve, but I believe new year we have to think that things go to change for a better place.
When you say change, what needs to change then?
I'm not the right person to say we have to change this and that. I think in general, let's be honest, the last 5-6 games, you think Manchester play very well? No. You know that, everyone know that. We have how I can say, we have time to improve. Yes, we have a potential squad. We have new manager. Why we don't believe that we can do it better? We have to believe. You have to be positive to try to change the things. You know, to play as Manchester United fans want and the history of the club. This is why we have to. We're not going to give up. You know, the only give ups the guys who is weak mentally. This is why I mentioned in the beginning. You here, you have to implant that in your mind that we are capable to change things now. I don't know the specific way because I'm a player, I'm not a coach, I'm not the president. I know the way, but as you know, I'm not going to mention here because I think it's not ethic from my part to say that. What I can say and what something that we are in on control at, we can do it better. All of us.
And if that is a collective, what could
collective, individual, everyone.
And what could you achieve then if you get that
big
response?
Things that Manchester belong in important things. So we have to change that. I don't want to be here in the club to fight to be in the 6th place or 7th place or 5th place, or I'm here to try to win, to compete, and I think we compete. But we are not yet in our best level. But we have long way to improve, and I believe that if we change our mind, we can achieve big things.
A lot of it's in the mind then?
I think so, yes.
And what do you think, I mean, going back to that day when we spoke, when you came back and scored the 2 goals against Newcastle, everyone was on the up, everyone was talking about the title, not 4th place. What's the difference between then and now, do you think? What's happened? Because you didn't foresee that. That wasn't what you were expecting.
Yeah, I was happy, surprised. Was very good that my first game I scored 2 goals. But the football, the league, to win the league, it's a marathon. It's not a sprint, a 100-meter sprint. You have to be consistent. And this is why the best team right now in England probably is Manchester City and Liverpool and Chelsea, because they are more consistent than the other teams. But I believe that we have to look at that and believe that we are capable to do it the same way. We know it's tough, we have to improve, but I believe some things have to change. But I believe that we have the potential here, so we have to do the right things. It's the only way to be in that level of that teams that I mentioned before.
And it's the reason you believe, because when you look around and train every day with these players, the ability and the talent that you've got in the Manchester United group at the moment.
100%. This is what I believe. I still believe, but as I told you, and I'm going to repeat, some things have to change.
Interesting. In terms of the Premier League, the standard, the global eyes on it, is it? I know you've had the problems, but is it fantastic to be back on that stage?
Lovely
for you?
Lovely to be back on the Premier League, which is, in my opinion, the last probably 5-6 years is the best league in the world. It's always in the top of the world, but especially the last 5 years is very competitive league, very difficult league. All the teams, even as they call the smallest team, they look bigger when they play against big teams. Without doubts, I think it's by far the best league in the world.
And you, when you go around the world, do you see that? Do you see that phenomenon, if you like?
I play everywhere, so I can say the difference and the level. And I can say 100% that Premier League is by far the most difficult and the most special league in the world the last 6 years.
And is that when you look at the level of coaches we've got and the level of players that want to either play in it or, in your case, come back to play in it?
This is why as people know, I'm a challenge person. I like to, to challenge, first of all, myself. I think it's the most important. This is why I'm coming back, because I think I'm still capable to do it, important things and good things, and impress people. So this is why I'm back to Manchester. It's a club that I love it, everyone knows that, and to play the Premier League, which is the most competitive league right now in the moment.
And apart from the frustration on the pitch that you're mentioning, is everything settled? Are you enjoying being back in England and back living here with a family and everything as well?
Yes, I'm a moment of my life that I'm settled on everything. So for me, it's another step in my career. So it's good. Family's happy, kids are happy, I'm happy, and I want to carry on like that.
You do like challenges. You've had many in your career. Where does this one in the next 4 or 5 months then to push United back into those Champions League places that you're talking about? Things have to change. How big a challenge is that?
Every weekend is a challenge. I'm not going to look in the future. I'm looking at the present. The present is now. The moment is now. We have Saturday a big game that we have to try to win, of course, and step by step. As I mentioned before, we have to improve game by game. I live the present. The present for me is the most important. The future will come. So, to think in the present, we have a difficult match Saturday, and after the Champions League in February, I hope that we're going to be more prepared, to have that huge amount, that we're going to have very, very tough games, that we're going to be more prepared, to fight against that big teams.
Yeah, you mentioned the Champions League coming up there. For next season, for this club, how important, how crucial is it to be in it again then? In terms
the
of
key,
that
as I told you,
position?
Manchester United should win the league or be in second or third. I don't see other possession for Manchester United, to be honest. I don't see. In my eyes, I don't accept that our mentality be less than to be in the top 3 in the Premier League, in my opinion.
And that has to be drilled into everybody,
of course,
around the club.
I think to build up good things, sometimes you have to destroy a few things. So why not? New year, new life, and I hope that Manchester can be the level that people want, especially the fans, that they deserve that.
You can sense that from the supporters at the moment, can't you?
Yes, they deserve, because they sing all game, they are there all the games, they want good performance from us players, so we have to give at least something to them. We won, that is the most important. The last game, for example. But as everyone knows, we don't perform the way we want. But I still believe and I'm still positive that we have a long way to improve.
Because you know this club, it's not always the winning, it's the way you win.
Exactly. I think we can make the two things together in a perfect scenario.
So just finally then, what would be success sitting here now at the end of May for Manchester United this season?
Right now, I hope to win one title, to go through in the Champions League, and be at least right now, the way we are, to be in the top 4.
And for that to happen, your message to the supporters would be what?
Be the same that they did until now. The fans. We're gonna give our best. We're gonna try to change things for a better way. And thank you for them support, and carry on like that, because when they are like that, we are more positive, and we all together, I think we can improve a lot.
Okay, well, great to see you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.